So I'm going to go ahead and play the full clip of when Donald had said that he had the biggest mandate ever in the history of all men. He didn't even win the majority vote. Yeah, he won the popular vote, 77 million votes, but Kamala got 75 million votes. He didn't win the majority. He got a plurality. So when they make it sound like it's the biggest landslide ever in the history of landslides, he barely won by the skin of his chinny chin. And then Al Green is going to respond, you don't have a mandate to stop Medicaid. And I'll tell you, when he you can tell by how the people are reacting. At first, they're going to uproariously cheer. They're going to stand up and uproariously cheer. And then later on, they're going to chant USA, USA to try to drown Al Green out. Take a listen.
Accomplished in 4 years or 8 years, and we are just getting started.
Oh man, do you see how the president made that point? He did that little pointing thing. Look at everybody looking over at the Democrats. They keep looking over there, keep on paying attention, right? They're all seated down quietly.
I return to this chamber tonight to report that America's momentum is back, our spirit is back, our pride is back, our confidence is back, and the American dream is surging bigger and better than ever before.
Yeah, but we're not the leader of the free world no more now, are we? We're not friends with our allies. We're now friends with our enemies, because, you know, that makes a lot of sense. The enemies are just laughing at us. They're like, he thinks that he's friends with us. It's coming up soon. He's going to say mandate.
The American dream is unstoppable, and our country is on the verge of a comeback, the likes of which the world has never witnessed and perhaps will never witness again.
Ever again.
Never been anything like that.
Yeah, he doesn't speak a bunch of hyperbole, a bunch of over-the-top goddamn exaggerations.
The presidential election of November 5th.
Remember the 5th of November.
Like has not been seen in many decades.
It's a mandate like has not been seen in many decades.
We won all 7 swing states, giving us an electoral college victory of 312 votes.
Now, as you can tell, you have Representative, I believe he's right here, Al Green is right here. He's not standing up. He's not standing up just yet. But he just said that they got the biggest mandate in the history of all mandates. He is so into mandates, he's going to start dating men right now. He's going to date all the men that he can to show you how big his mandate, how big of his mandating is. He is so big in mandating, he's going to date all the men. And look at this guy. Look at this fucking guy, right? I mean, if you're just happy with what he says, be happy with what he says. But he's just like, what are they doing over there? How come they're not going along with our shit show parade? You know? I mean, other people, they're just kind of, you know, happy in their own little spheres, in their own little world. But this motherfucker is just like, man, if you're not happy with our fucking craziness, then I'm not happy. Hey, tell them to be happy. Tell them that they got to be happy with our fascism.
We won the popular vote by big numbers and won.
I can hear somebody speaking in the background just then.
Counties in our country.
You hear the commotion? You see, there he is. Al Green is now standing up and he's pointing his cane at the president saying, you don't have a mandate to cut Medicaid. You don't have a mandate to cut Medicaid. And then these other people, they're sitting there going, USA, USA, look at this motherfucker. He's sitting there pointing at him. Hey, you son of a bitch. You don't stand up and interrupt. And then this motherfucker, man, I want to know who this fucking guy is, because he does the little twirly-dorly, his little twirly-durly with his fucking fingers. I mean, it's one thing to be, these motherfuckers aren't acting like winners. You're not acting like a good winner. You're not acting like a good and gracious winner. Even in the Bible it says that you're not supposed to mock those who go down, your enemies or your opponents, because there's something about that extra little stink, right? That extra little kick that, even the enemies of your enemies don't like. It's like, hey, you won the game, so that means they didn't win the game. But then you're like, well, and your mama's a hoe. Well, why did you say your mama's a hoe? Like, what was the point of that? If you won, you won. Why are you putting that extra stank on the damn thing? It makes it seem like you're dumb and petty and small.
And won counties in our country, 2,700 to 525.
You see, he just made a gesture, right? That guy, get him the hell out of here. Later on, I hear that he's going to call the Democrats a bunch of lunatics. Talk about a Chaplinsky decision. The Chaplinsky decision says you can't call anybody a fascist nor a racketeer, but you're allowed to call them a bunch of fucking lunatics? Oh, come on, you hypocritical motherfuckers. Why don't you just admit who you fuckers are? You're a bunch of criminal assholes, and you think you get to say and do whatever the hell you want to say and do to anybody else in this goddamn world, and you don't give a shit about fairness. You don't have any virtues. You're not good people. You're okay with genocide. He says what? Get the job done? He's going to give billions and billions of dollars for the genocidal maniacs. Our goddamn technology has surpassed our humanity. Our technology and our science has surpassed our humanity.
On a map that reads almost completely red for Republican. Now, for the first time in modern history, more Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact, it's an astonishing record, 27-point swing, the most ever.
I also think it's hilarious that, Mike Johnson, he just thinks that pounding that damn gavel is going to, hey, I get to pound this gavel. So whoever pounds the table the loudest, that's some Mussolini shit, isn't it? You just yell and pound the table and you say, hey, everybody, look at me, look at me. Look at me, look at me. Look, he's still looking at him. He's still looking at him. He's getting their attention, and we're still talking about it the day after. I didn't even give a shit about the State of the Union. Usually I try to do my civic duty and pay attention to the president's words. State of the Union, whatever, the president puts out there, just to do my due diligence to be a good American. But frankly, to be a good, strong American nowadays means to ignore most of the bullshit and just look at his actions. Look at this old, fucking fart. This old fart over here is like, oh my God, he's still not standing down. Look at this guy. Oh man, where'd my hair go? I don't have any hair here. He's still fucking, look, this guy was looking over there the whole time, and now he's even extra pissed off, Hey, you guys are supposed to go along with our shit show parade. How come you're not going to go along with the totalitarian fascism?
Was small business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded.
Mr. President.
A 41-point jump.
He pounds that gavel really fucking, hey, I'm the boss here. J.D. Vance even did the little throw 'em out sign, right? So whenever these fuckers, right, they're not going to throw him out. They ain't going to do shit. They're a bunch of sukas, right? They're a bunch of sukas. They ain't going to do shit. They ain't going to throw him. They're going to try to get some of their goons to do the dirty work. Keep their hands clean, right? They point to somebody and then point to somebody else, and then other people are doing their dirty work.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning. Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order to the joint session.
See this fucking guy, he keeps on doing that little thumb thing, right? He keps on doing, hey, this is the thumb I shove up my asshole here. I'm gonna keep on doing the thumb up my. Yeah, this is what I like, you know. When I put my thumb up my ass, this is the way I do it. I do it up and over. Watch, I'm gonna do this little finger twirly dirly. This is what I do when I'm. That's what I do to myself.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
Can J.D. Vance's clapping be any more fucking annoying? You know, this is what they cheer for, though. Yeah, we're going to fuck over the American people. We're going to make sure they don't have health care. We're going to kick a bunch of poor people, a bunch of old people, a bunch of people, disabled people, all the people that we can kick off of health care, because fuck them. This is not a country of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This is not a country of three branches of government. We don't have enumerated powers here. We don't have the rule of law. What the hell is the rule of law? Here's this guy. Who the fuck is this guy? Look, is that Marjorie Taylor Greene? You fucking hypocritical motherfucker. What a hypocritical
Members are
motherfucker.
directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House. Mr. President, you continue.
Thank you. Over the past 6 weeks, I have signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400 executive actions, a record, to restore common sense,